keep our environment very clean so that we do not have containers with water and those are kind of things that eliminate mosquitoes.
Beyond that, we have to use larvicidal spraying, which will kill the larvae of the mosquito in the very stagnant places that they do breed. And we have to have a quality environmental management, ensuring that parents and households are taught to ensure that you don't have stagnant water anywhere, because that will continue to breed mosquitoes.
When mosquito is killing people, even many people in the hospital suffering from malaria is because of mosquito. I thank them very much for them to provide the net for us.
The government is set to take this malaria elimination campaign to other parts of the state.
Well, we cross over to the world of business after the break. Let's take a look at the closing figures at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Do join us again.
Wherever and whatever your banking needs, Guarantee Trust Bank will be there, now and into the future. Because you're at the heart of everything we do. Guarantee Trust Bank, proudly African, truly international.
Every time, phone, credit not they finish for this phone. How credit go finish when Airtel they stammer me 5 times the thing I use in a day? I bet my hear one. So you never hear of Airtel 5 times bonus. Just call 141. Then Airtel person will come answer you, can't tell you your daily usage amount. When you don't spend reach, that's your daily usage amount. Airtel go knock you bonus when it go be 5 times that amount immediately. Airtel 5 times bonus, na sure banker, you get guarantee. And everybody na winner. Just call 141. And now who you they call? Who is this that they call before? 141. Are you there, This is another great reason to be on the Airtel network. Come and see, waiting, come and they do it. Now why for quality wire, cables where they can play, brother and sister, I beg where una they come and one light of your life. Come and hey, for quality wire where they can go, cables of any kind of project, come and one light of your life. Oh yeah, light up your life, light up your house, light up your life. Hey, come and one light of your life. Now come and be the Baba. For Coleman Wire and the Cables, we they produce better electrical wire and cable for all building projects them and for oil and gas industry. All our cable and wire get local and international certificate and all are made in Nigeria. Hey, no buy Baruf cable and wire. If you ask any wire and cable dealer where they near you for Coleman. Coleman Wire and the Cable, the world's power pipeline.
Welcome back. We take a look at business news now. First Bank Nigeria has recorded an impressive 306% increase in its profit for the year ended December the 31st, 2012, from 18.63 billion to 75.67 billion naira. In a filing to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the lender, in its full-year audited report, declared a 34.9% rise in its interest income from 212.97 billion in 2011 to 287.27 billion naira. The lender's total assets were 11.4% higher at 3.18 trillion naira from 2.86 trillion the previous year. And Union Bank of Nigeria has posted a pre-tax profit of 9.06 billion naira in 2012 compared with the 107.68 billion loss a year earlier. The bank says its gross earnings rose by 33% to 112.79 billion from 85.1 billion naira the previous year. Union Bank had in 2010 sold a 60% stake to a group of institutional investors led by African Capital Alliance Private Equity for $750 million to help it recapitalize. The bank was one of 9 lenders that the central bank spent $4 billion bailing out in 2009 after it judged they were grossly undercapitalized. To those trading figures, and trading at the Nigeria equities market closed in positive territory as the big cap stocks recorded gains. The all-share index finished the day's trading session 1.24% in the green after investors shaved 0.39% from the broad index on Monday. The banking sector was the main contributor to Tuesday's session, especially Unity Bank, which churned out the highest volume and is followed by Access Bank and First Bank of Nigeria Holdings. Even though FBNH was one of the most traded stocks, it leads the laggards table, shedding 1 naira 28 kobo. On the flip side, blue chips Nestle, Dangote Cement and Lafarge Wapco were among the top price appreciators. When the closing bell rang, 437.35 million shares had been exchanged in 5,483 deals for 3.95 billion naira. Also talking about the naira, and it reversed gains recorded on Monday at the Interbank on increased dollar demand. Data from the Financial Markets Dealers Association website, the local currency closed 5 kobo lower from Monday's 157 naira 95 kobo figure to 158 naira. On Monday, the central bank offered and sold $300 million at 155 naira 75 kobo at its first forex auction for the week. Traders still expect the naira to appreciate further this week as oil companies sell the greenback to meet domestic obligations. Now, the World Bank says it's partnering with the federal government to organize a technical dialogue on gender and agriculture. The dialogue, scheduled to hold on May the 2nd, 2013, follows a data and research on women's participation in the agriculture sector in Nigeria that has been developed in the past year. The bank noted that although 35% of women are employed in the agriculture sector and 44% of the country's female-headed households are involved in agriculture activities, only 18% of rural plots are managed by female farmers. And for the World Bank Country Director, boosting women's agriculture productivity in Nigeria will require not only giving women access to land, but more critically improved access to finance as well as valuable information. We move on to the foreign scene, where U.S. President Barack Obama has promised to make more efforts to close the Guantanamo Bay Detention Center. Addressing correspondents at the White House, Mr. Obama said the center was contrary to U.S. interests. Prisoners have been on hunger strike since February, as 100 of the 166 people held at the facility protest against their indefinite detention. Most of them are being held without charge. Now, some have recently been force-fed by the center's authorities. Guantanamo officials deny claims that the strike began after copies of the Quran were mishandled during searches of prisoners' cells. The U.S. Congress has blocked efforts to close the prison, but Mr. Obama said he'd renew discussions with lawmakers over the issue.
Here to answer questions in honor of Ed Henry. It is not a surprise to me that we've got problems in Guantanamo, which is why when I was campaigning in 2007 and 2008, and when I was elected in 2008, I said we need to close Guantanamo. I continue to believe that we've got to close Guantanamo. I think, I think it is critical for us to understand that Guantanamo is not necessary to keep America safe. It is expensive. It is inefficient. It hurts us in terms of our international standing. It